Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the very consistent Void Assassin build that has kind of died out after Rengar's nerf, and that is kind of what I expected. There are other comps that may seem stronger than this build, like Void Sorcerers, which are very popular right now. You have like 4 players every game trying to do Void Sorcerers. But I think Void Assassins are still very good, and this build right here has gotten me into top 4 positions in like every single rank game that I tried this comp with. And this comp is easy to roll into 2 and 3 star champions because not many players like to go for assassins anymore. So let's talk about the first champion here, which is going to be the Rengar. And Rengar's build is going to be the Bloodthirster, Guardian Angel, and Rapid Fire Cannon. So he gets tons of lifesteal from Bloodthirster, and he gets a revive with the Guardian Angel, which is really good against a lot of players right now because many players like to go for Phantoms. And what do Phantoms do? They hit somebody to 100 health at the start of the turn. So if Rengar gets hit by 100 health, he's going to die. He's not going to do anything. So the Guardian Angel gives him a second chance to come back, and he gets to lifesteal everything back because he attacks really fast once you have him going, and he does tons of damage. So that's why the Bloodthirster is a very good combo with the Guardian Angel. And Rapid Fire Cannon is amazing on this guy because he can proc his active skill, he can activate his attack speed boost with the Rapid Fire Cannon, and he gets tons of attack speed with this as well with the 2 grid attack range. So his best partner is going to be the Warwick, and the Warwick is almost never used by anybody, and that's why I like playing Warwick with this build, because I can high roll him into a 3-star very easily because no one buys him right now in this current meta. And also he's a great partner, a great friend to Rengar because they're both wilds, and because they're both wild, Rengar will get that 10% attack speed boost up to 5 times, which is really good on him. In fact, without Warwick, I think Rengar is a little bit subpar. He actually falls off without that wild attack speed boost. He really needs a little bit of the extra push because he did get the attack speed nerf in 9.15b, so I feel like without Warwick, he's just not as good. I would always play Warwick if I had a Rengar. And then with Warwick, you're going to have 3 other brawlers. You're going to get the maximum health boost, of course, which is going to be Cho'Gath, which is your secondary MVP in this build, and Blitzcrank and Rek'Sai. And you're going to get the Void bonus as well with Kha'Zix. And then for a 3rd assassin, because you're only going to have up to maybe about 3 or 4 assassins, you're not trying to go for 6 assassins in this build. It can really be any of your choice. One of my favorite is Zed, because Zed is never played right now. Once again, assassins are just not played. So Zed, very easy to high roll into 3 stars. I can get him to 3 stars very quickly, and Zed at 3 stars is pretty good. He's not as good at 1 and 2 stars, but at 3 stars he's pretty good, and I think he's actually better than Akali. Some people will tell you, hey, use Akali because Akali is generally known to be stronger, but in my opinion, Akali is a little bit luck-based. Sometimes you don't get her because she is a full 4 gold champion, so she's a little bit more rare to find, and also it's hard to get her to 2 stars because of the same reason. She's a bit hard to find, so her at 1 star in the mid part of the game where you get Akali, it's just not going to do the job. By that point, you might already have a Zed 3 stars. Yeah, that's how easy it is to get Zed 3 stars at. Not just Zed, but you can also use a Pyke. Pyke is very good, but Pyke is very competitive still. A lot of players still like to use Pyke, especially also those Gunslinger pirate builds are still running around. So Pyke is not as easy to get to 3 stars as Zed, but Pyke is another great substitute for Zed if you like him. Or you can also go Evelynn, and I think Evelynn is highly underrated. I've had Evelynn do tons of damage, and I might show you guys in this clip just how strong she can be. But Evelynn is insanely strong if you give her some items. Her last caress does tons of damage to guys. I think she's very underrated and another very easy champion to get to 3 stars because no one plays Evelynn at all in the current meta. Going back to Cho'Gath, your main items are going to be Guardian Angel and Morelos. Yeah, so these 2 are going to be absolutely necessary for him. Well, if you don't have the Guardian Angel, you could just live with Morelos. He's usually going to get at least 1 ult off. I mean, especially if you have at least 2 brawlers, you're going to get some health bonus on him. He's going to survive long enough to do at least 1 ult, which is very important. But if you have a Guardian Angel, it's very good because you get to do at least 2 or maybe 3 ults. So that's why Guardian Angel, once again, is a great item on Cho'Gath. And for any other item substitutes, of course, if you don't get these exact items, you can go for Dragon's Claw if you have 2 Negatron Cloak. This is a really good item in the current meta because Void Sorcerers are everywhere, and this thing will block 83% of the magic damage, so it gives your champion to survive. So once again, you're going to put this on, let's say, a Rengar or Cho'Gath. Your main carries in this build is going to be, once again, Rengar and Cho'Gath, so you're going to put a Dragon's Claw on them if you don't have these main items. And Force of Nature, of course, is always good, so if you have a Force of Nature, just go ahead and build it. You can put another champion on the board. Why not? Guinsoo's Rage Blade is very good as well. With this new buff that it got, where it gets 5% attack speed, you can do the Guinsoo's Rage Blade for Rengar if you don't have, let's say, the Bloodthirster or the Rapid Fire Cannon. So this could be a substitute for that. Static Shiv, still another great item. So if you don't have the Rapid Fire Cannon, you can put the Static Shiv on Rengar. And this is going to do, of course, more damage to your opponent's team. Yumi's is a great item on Cho'Gath because he gets to stack mana quickly and he gets to fire those ruptures off much more frequently. So if you want to use your active skill more, Yumi's is a great item as well. Another great item is the Youmuu's Ghost Blade, where it turns someone into an assassin. So I'd be putting the Youmuu's on Cho'Gath because Cho'Gath into an assassin is very good. So if you have an assassin build, you might as well just put this on Cho'Gath. He jumps to the back and then for sure will rupture the whole team. Zeke's Herald is another great item for this build. More attack speed for your team is great, and especially in this kind of assassin void build, you're going to try to pull your opponents back, and that's why everyone's standing in the back here. In this line formation, Zeke's Herald would work, so you can slap it on his head, or you can give it to Cho'Gath or Rengar, or which any of these champions, and give some of these guys some attack speed boost. Zephyr is another great item in this build because assassins would love to take out somebody for 5 seconds. While they assassinate somebody, they need some time. So Zephyr is a great item you can place on, on Cho'Gath or somebody here, and then you're going to play some mind games with your opponents so you can move this guy around to where your opponent's carry position is, or that one champion that's blocking the way for your assassins. You can take him out for 5 seconds, and then your assassins will jump to the back and take everyone else out by the time he comes back to the board. So Zephyr is also a really good item for this kind of build. With this line formation, you can disrupt the enemy formation because you're going to have Blitzcrank pulling somebody all the way to the back. Also, your opponents will walk forward, making gaps. So if there are tanks in the front and then there are those rangers or dravens at the back, your assassins will have an easier time jumping to the back and killing them. So that's why I like to put everybody in the last row from early to mid and even to the late game sometimes. But sometimes you do have to switch up this formation. So one other formation you can do with this build is put your tanks, your brawlers in the front and do something like this. Put your assassins still in the back. This way, your opponents will have to focus these front lines first before they attack your assassins. Your assassins will do the job. They'll jump to the back, they'll kill some guys, and in most cases, your opponents will focus these tanks first. Yeah, that's the only downside when you have your tanks in the back like this, is that your opponents will not focus your tanks first. Most of the times they'll focus the assassins because your assassins will get to the carries first. So your assassins will die first, which can be a problem. That's why you need to sometimes just put all your tanks in the front like this. Now, if you get to level 8 or if you have a Force of Nature, you're probably wondering which next best champion is to put on the board, because right now we only have 7 champions, of course, here, and it's just going to be another Cho'Gath. To be honest with you guys, if you can get more Cho'Gaths on the board, the better it is, because Cho'Gath is very good. You don't really need 4 assassins with this build. This is a Void Assassin Brawler build. You could try to go for 6 assassins. Let's say you had a Youmuu's Ghost Blade, you make Cho'Gath into an assassin, then you only need to have 2 more assassins here. So you put Evelyn, and then you'd lose the, let's say you take out the Blitzcrank here, and you could put in the Katarina or the 6th assassin. Then you'll have a very strong assassin build here, for example. So you'll put your tanks in the front like this. There's no more Blitzcrank. You don't have the full brawler bonus, but that's not the point. The point is you have 6 assassins here with a very strong Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath into an assassin is very good, by the way. So this build should be able to delete things very quickly as well. Yes, the patch 9.16 is coming out soon, and the meta will be changed a bit, but I think assassins will still be very good and highly underrated. I feel like a lot of players will still not play these because hex techs are coming out, but we'll have to see what's going to happen with the next patch. But I hope you guys enjoy the clips that I'm about to show you with this amazing Void Assassin Brawler build. Remember to leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.